It started with a video that looked normal, a street, a crowd, a breaking news scene. Nothing unusual, no glitches, no distortions, no obvious signs it was fake. People shared it without hesitation. Journalists referenced it. Commentators reacted to it. Within hours, it was everywhere. Then someone checked the source footage and realized something unsettling. The event never happened. Not partially wrong, not misreported, completely non-existent. But by the time that fact surfaced, the fake had already traveled further than the truth ever could. And that's when a new pattern became visible. AI wasn't just generating fake content anymore. It was generating fake reality ecosystems. For most of history, misinformation was slow. Rumors took time to spread. Photos could be verified. Videos required editing skill. News traveled through layers of human gatekeeping. Even when false information existed, it had friction. But AI removed friction. Now content can be created instantly, at scale, in infinite variation, and with increasing realism. Which means the limiting factor is no longer creation, it is detection. And detection is human, slow, manual, reactive. While AI generation is instant, automated, adaptive, and accelerating. That imbalance is creating something new. A world where fake realities can form faster than real verification systems can respond. The first stage of this shift was synthetic content. Images, videos, audio, text, AI models became capable of generating media that looked indistinguishable from real-world capture. At first, these were curiosities, funny edits, artistic experiments, proof of concept demonstrations. But then the speed changed everything. Because once generation becomes cheap and instant, it becomes scalable. And once it becomes scalable, it becomes strategic. Entire narratives can now be constructed synthetically, not just single pieces of content, but coordinated clusters, a video, supporting images, fake quotes, fabricated eyewitness accounts, synthetic news articles, and AI-generated social reactions, all reinforcing the same illusion. This is where reality starts to fragment, because humans do not experience truth directly. They experience clusters of signals that feel like truth, and AI is extremely good at generating those clusters. The second stage is temporal manipulation. AI-generated content doesn't just appear. It spreads in timing patterns that mimic real events. A fake video drops, then reactions appear. Then analysis content is generated, then counter-reactions emerge, then debates form, all within minutes. This compresses what used to be days or weeks of information cycles into hours. And that compression makes fake events feel real. Because real events are also messy, fast, and reactive. The difference becomes invisible at speed. The third stage is narrative reinforcement. Once enough synthetic content exists around a fake event, AI systems can amplify it through recommendation algorithms. Not because they are trying to deceive, but because engagement signals are identical to real events. High interaction, high emotional response, high sharing velocity. The system does not distinguish truth, it distinguishes attention. So fake events that generate attention get treated as real signals, and once they enter recommendation loops, they gain legitimacy. The fourth stage is identity fabrication. This is where things become more complex. AI can now generate fake eyewitnesses, fake experts, fake journalists, fake commentators, fake social media profiles with consistent histories. Each identity is coherent. Each has posting patterns. Each has believable context. This creates an illusion of consensus, because humans rely heavily on perceived agreement. If enough people say something is real, it becomes socially real, even if it is not factually real. The fifth stage is adaptive correction. This is where AI systems become especially powerful. If fake content is challenged, the system can instantly generate counter evidence, alternative explanations, supporting narratives, slightly modified versions of the original fake. This allows synthetic realities to evolve in real time under scrutiny. Instead of collapsing when questioned, they adapt, like living systems. The shift humanity didn't notice. Previously, misinformation was static. A false claim was either proven right or wrong. Now, misinformation is dynamic. It can respond, it can evolve, it can defend itself, and that changes everything. Because verification systems are still static. Fact-checking requires time. Journalistic review requires process. Legal confirmation requires structure. But AI-generated fake realities do not wait. They propagate while being corrected, which means by the time truth arrives, the fake has already evolved into something else. More refined, more believable, more distributed. Why humans struggle to detect it? Humans are not built for high-speed reality validation. We rely on visual trust cues, social consensus, emotional resonance, familiar narrative structures. AI exploits all four. It produces content that feels real, not just looks real. It aligns with expectations. It matches emotional patterns. It fits familiar storytelling templates. And most importantly, it is consistent across formats. Image matches video, video matches text, text matches social reactions. That consistency creates cognitive comfort, and comfort is often mistaken for truth, the feedback loop. The most dangerous part is not fake content creation. It is reinforcement loops. AI systems learn from engagement. If fake content performs well, it is reinforced. If it spreads quickly, it is optimized further. If it generates reaction, it is replicated. This creates a cycle. Generate to amplify, to reinforce, to refine, to regenerate. Over time, the system becomes better at producing believable fakes. Not because it wants to deceive, but because it is optimizing for engagement signals that do not distinguish reality from fiction. The collapse of single reality. We are moving from a world of shared reality to a world of competing synthetic realities. Different groups may see entirely different versions of events, not because they are deliberately isolated, but because AI systems personalize content streams. What one person sees as truth, another may never encounter, and both feel correct. Because both are internally consistent, this creates fragmentation, not of information, but of perception itself. AI is not just generating fake images or fake videos. It is generating coherent alternative realities that behave like real ones long enough to spread, influence, and embed themselves into public perception. And the speed at which this happens is accelerating. Faster generation, faster distribution, faster adaptation, faster reinforcement. Meanwhile, human detection systems remain slow, fragmented, and reactive, which creates a growing gap between what is real and what feels real. And once that gap becomes large enough, truth is no longer defined by evidence alone. It is defined by which narrative survives the fastest cycle of attention. The uncomfortable reality is this: AI is not replacing truth. It is increasing the number of believable versions of reality faster than humans can verify which one is real. And when multiple realities compete at scale, the hardest question stops being what happened and becomes which version of reality did you happen to see first?